The cave of Hira had fallen silent after that night, the night when the world changed forever. The Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, descended from the mountain carrying a truth that would reshape humanity. But revelation was only the beginning. Now came a new task, conveying Allah's message to a world immersed in idol worship, tribal arrogance, superstition, and spiritual darkness. Makkah continued its commerce, its rituals around the Kaaba, its gatherings, its poetry, its politics, unaware that the final prophet, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, carried the light that would break centuries of spiritual stagnation. Islam began quietly, in whispers, in hearts prepared by Allah. The Quran emphasized patience and reflection at this stage. Al-Muzzammil 73, 1-10, encourages night devotion, patience, and inner preparation. Al-Muddaththir 74, 1-7, calls the Prophet to rise and guide carefully. True change often begins quietly, with intentional, thoughtful preparation. The first soul to embrace the message was no stranger. Khadijah bint Khuwaylid, may Allah be pleased with her, the Prophet's beloved wife, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him. She comforted him after revelation. She believed in him before the world did. She supported him before anyone else dared to support him. When the Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, conveyed the words sent down by Allah, Khadijah Radhi Allahu Anha responded immediately, "I bear witness that you are indeed the messenger of Allah." Her home became the first sanctuary of Islam, hosting private gatherings and prayer sessions. She used her wealth to protect and support early Muslims, demonstrating that financial resources can sustain noble missions. Early supporters with courage, wisdom, and resources are essential in establishing lasting movements. Next, the Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, shared the message with his household. Ali ibn Abi Talib, may Allah be pleased with him, only around 10 years old, intelligent and pure-hearted. Curious about the Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, and Khadijah, may Allah be pleased with her, praying together, he asked, "What is this?" After reflection, he accepted Islam without fear of ridicule. Zayd ibn Harithah, may Allah be pleased with him, a devoted companion, formerly a slave, whose loyalty and admiration for the Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, led him to embrace Islam wholeheartedly. These early family conversions highlight that faith often spreads first through trusted, intimate networks. Abu Bakr, may Allah be pleased with him, a wise and respected friend, became one of the earliest believers. He invited others discreetly to Islam, persuading through sincerity rather than confrontation. His wealth and reputation offered protection and credibility to the early community. When faced with mockery, he remained steadfast, embodying the Qur'anic principle of patience under trial. Al-Muzzammil 73:10. Through Abu Bakr Radhi Allahu Anha, many later giants of Islam entered the fold. Uthman ibn Affan, Talha ibn Ubaidullah, Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, Abdul Rahman ibn Auf, and Zubair ibn al-Awwam. Moral courage and social influence are key in the survival of new ideas. The Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, did not start with public speeches or confrontation. Instead, Islam was taught in private meetings, small gatherings, and trusted homes. One-on-one conversations allowed hearts to grow slowly in understanding. The Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, shared stories of past prophets, explained the reality of the Creator, the purpose of life, and the certainty of the hereafter. The Quran guided this careful approach. Invite to the way of your Lord with wisdom and good instruction, and argue with them in a way that is best. Al-Nahl 16:125. Night prayer became the engine of early Dawah, purifying hearts, instilling courage, and preparing believers for trials. Lasting change is built quietly, with integrity, patience, and care. The Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, drew strength from revelation. Al-Muzzammil emphasizes night prayer, patience, and perseverance. Al-Muddaththir commands readiness and careful warning to receptive hearts. These verses instilled patience in the face of societal resistance, consistency in private worship, confidence that the mission would succeed gradually. Spiritual and personal preparation strengthens one to face challenges quietly and effectively. Even in small numbers, early Muslims influenced society through ethical conduct. Honesty, fairness, and compassion contrasted sharply with Makkah's moral corruption. Courageously upholding Islamic principles sparked curiosity and respect. Abu Bakr Radhi Allahu Anha's influence led several Quraysh figures to accept Islam quietly, without confrontation. A small, principled group can impact the wider society through consistent moral behavior. Despite secrecy, the early Muslims faced threats, social ostracism, ridicule, and subtle attempts to discredit them. Risk of betrayal from those not ready for faith. Yet the Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, and his followers maintained steadfast faith, trusting Allah's guidance. True missions are tested by adversity. Resilience often begins in quiet spaces. Khadijah's, may Allah be pleased with her, home became the fortress of early Islam. Private worship, reflection, and moral education occurred here. Children and servants absorbed ethical and spiritual lessons, forming a micro-community. The household model provided a blueprint for future Islamic communities. Transformation begins at home. Cultivating faith and morality in one's immediate environment is foundational. From this small, secretive beginning, Islam gradually spread. Early believers' faith, courage, and moral integrity created a strong foundation. The Prophet's, may Allah's peace and blessing be upon him, careful nurturing ensured the message survived societal hostility. Lessons remain relevant today. Patience, moral integrity, and quiet perseverance are key to meaningful change. The Quran guided this stage. Al-Muzzammil, focus on prayer, patience, and preparation. Al-Muddaththir, O you who covers himself, arise and warn. The secret phase of Dawah was ending, and the believers, though few, were now strong. Islam had begun quietly, powerfully, and would soon face the challenges ahead.